Thanks for listening to English Go Podcast. If you'd like to listen without adverts, read episode transcripts, or listen to extra bonus episodes, please check the description for more details.
This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony. Finding someone who gets you is hard, right? You're not alone. That's because we're human. And there's a lot of different humans out there. Which is why eHarmony's personality-based dating app helps you find someone you can be your whole self with. Someone you can be fully comfortable with. That's what true connection and compatibility are all about. Being seen, heard, understood. When you match based on personality, you're already one step ahead when it comes to getting to know one another. So try eHarmony and get started today for free. eHarmony. Get who gets you.
Tired of ads crashing your comedy podcast party? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Just head to amazon.com/ad-free comedy to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime subscribers. Some shows may have ads.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Well, the Christmas holiday is finally over for me, and I'm back at work now. I've got plenty of things to tell you about, so let's get started with the first podcast episode of the new year. And the first thing I'd like to talk about is actually Christmas, even though it's just finished. But I thought I would tell you about my Christmas experience here in Japan, as it was rather different from like a Christmas I'd typically have in England. So I should start by saying that, what's it called? Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve didn't feel very Christmassy to me. It depends on the person, but typically most people, if they can, will probably have Christmas Eve off. You know, it will probably be a holiday. They probably won't be working on Christmas Eve. Or Christmas Day, and usually the day after Christmas Day, Boxing Day, they won't be working then either. In my case, I was off. I'd booked quite a bit of holiday off at the end of the year because I had to use up some holiday days that I had left over before the next year. Otherwise, I lose them. So I had about 2 weeks of holiday off at the end of the year. And my wife had managed to get Christmas Day off, but not New Year's, but not Christmas Eve or Boxing Day off. So those 2 days didn't feel especially Christmassy, because what I would usually do on those 2 days, if I were in England, is probably spend them with my family, and probably not do too much, to be perfectly honest, on those days. Christmas is, for me, I don't know about other people, but just this time where you sort of do nothing and enjoy doing nothing. And, you know, eating some nice food and drinking some nice drink and just enjoying spending time with family and friends and whoever. Yes, but this time it was a bit weird. Like I say, it didn't really feel too Christmassy. Christmas Day did feel a bit Christmassy. So on Christmas Day, I remember waking up and looking out of the window, and that's when I noticed the first difference, like the first sort of like different feeling. Everything outside looked exactly like it normally would on any day of the week. Now, if I were to look outside on Christmas Day in England, it always looks a bit different. And that's because there's not a lot going on. You don't see much traffic. You don't see many people. There's like no activity. The whole world, it looks as if the whole world is really quiet. You know, no one's doing anything, which is an unusual, like, it's a strange feeling. It's a sort of like, on the one hand, it feels a bit lonely. You know, you can't see any activity. Everyone's gone almost. You know, so it's a bit lonely feeling. But on the other hand, you know that everyone's inside their house, and they're all having a good time. So it's sort of like a cozy, comforting feeling at the same time. It's weird. It's hard to explain. But yeah, here in Japan, I looked out of the window, and it's just there's loads of traffic and loads of people, and it's just a normal day. So that was like, straight away, not Christmas for me, not a Christmassy feeling. But as the day progressed, you know, as it got later into the day, I was trying my best to make it Christmassy. We had, like I said, we had the Christmas tree up. I exchanged some presents with my wife, and we had some Christmas music on, and we managed to put together something that was like a Christmas meal, a Christmas dinner. So we had chicken, not turkey. As I mentioned in the last podcast, I didn't buy any turkey. We had green peas, carrots, potatoes, roast potatoes. Weirdly enough, mushrooms. I don't know why we ended up with mushrooms, which is not something you would normally put on a Christmas dinner, and gravy, and maybe one or two other vegetables. I can't remember. So it was missing a few things that I would normally have on a Christmas meal. It was missing turkey. It was missing stuffing. It was missing pigs in blankets, which are sausages wrapped in bacon. Possibly a Yorkshire pudding. But anyway, apart from all of that, apart from all the things that were missing, I enjoyed it very much. And it's probably it is the first time that I've had that kind of meal here in Japan. And the last time I had one would have been Christmas time when I was in England last year. So it really has been a long time. And I remember putting like a mouthful of peas, green peas, into my mouth, and thinking, oh, I remember this flavour. I haven't had this for a long time, because green peas over here, they're not popular at all. I think I mentioned this in the previous podcast, but they are hard to find. Since that previous podcast, I've been into a couple more supermarkets, and still there are no green peas to be found anywhere. So, yeah. But anyway, like I say, had some Christmas music on, and we were doing Christmassy sort of things, and well, when I say Christmassy things, we were doing nothing. That was the beauty of it. That's what was so nice. We were just spending the day indoors, and we had the time off. Both had time, the day off, and we could just do whatever we wanted. So I think we watched a film. Did we watch a film? We watched something on television, and I think we played some game on Nintendo Switch together, and then just didn't do anything. I don't know, talked and stuff like that, but it was nice just having that time to do nothing at all. Because normally when we have a day off together, maybe on the weekend, on the Saturday or Sunday, we're normally going out somewhere, shopping, and like the whole day ends up being taken up just by shopping. But this was like a chance to spend some quality time with each other, and I realized how rare that kind of thing has been up until this point. When it was when we had this Christmas day together and we had nothing to do, and I said, like, look, I'm not going out of the house today. I'm not going shopping or doing anything like that. I'll go for a walk, and we did. We went for a nice walk in the morning. But apart from that, I just want to relax, do nothing, and just spend the time however I want to. And I actually really enjoyed it. Just being able to spend time with my wife in that way, which is rare, surprisingly rare. So yes, thanks to doing nothing together, it did feel a bit Christmassy, and having the Christmas music on in the background helped as well. But if I was to open the curtains, well, actually, the curtains would have been open, unless it was night. I mean, like, if I was to look out of the window, then it would have felt not like Christmas anymore. You know, it would have like shattered my dream. It would have, shattered my illusion that it was Christmas, because as soon as you look out the window, everyone's busy, like always. And actually, when we went for a walk, it felt not Christmassy at all when we went for a walk. An interesting thing is that most of the time people if you pass someone by on the street in England, I don't know about London, but in a quieter residential area, a housing area, nobody says anything to each other. Very rarely you might get a good morning or a good afternoon, but it's pretty rare, at least where I live it is. But on Christmas morning or Christmas Day, you will often hear a Merry Christmas from people. And even in the area I live, I've heard it many times on Christmas Day. You'll be out for a walk and some complete strangers will say Merry Christmas to you. Well, obviously that was not going to be happening in Japan, was it? So as we were passing people by, I did wonder what would happen if I was to say Merry Christmas, but but I didn't bother trying it. So yes, like I said, it felt Christmassy as long as I didn't go outside, and I just stayed indoors and tried to do Christmassy things. And then the next day, Boxing Day, where you typically have probably another Christmas dinner, because many people will be buying a turkey, and turkeys are big. And so even as a family of 4 or 5, you'll still have lots of turkey left over if you buy a whole turkey. So then on Boxing Day, you normally have another Christmas dinner, exactly the same thing again. Or, it depends on the person, the family. But in my family, that's what we'd normally do. But on Boxing Day, my wife was back at work. So that was it, really. It just felt like, okay, Christmas has come and gone. It felt like it was over at that point, sadly. And I didn't do much on that day. I can't even remember what I did, but I think I didn't do anything. If I'm perfectly honest, I was probably feeling a bit down, really. I mean, it is a time... Well, Christmas is a time for family for me, and although I was able to spend it with my wife this year, I wasn't able to spend it with my parents or my sisters and their families. So it was like a sort of weird, happy time mixed with a sad time together, and also confusing. What is this Christmas anymore? It's completely different. There was half of me that thought, I don't even want to bother with Christmas this year. And there was another part of me that thought, no, I do want to bother, and I do want to do something, but I really couldn't decide. I was torn. I just wasn't sure what to do. But in the end, I will say that Christmas Day itself, I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. So that was good. And I think if I'm going to be spending Christmas in Japan again, I'm not sure, maybe next year I might be going back to England, we'll see. But if I'm spending it in Japan again next year, then I'll probably make some more effort, put in some more effort to make it even more Christmassy. I don't know, I would have liked to have had some stuffing and some turkey on my dinner, so probably order some stuffing in advance and get things sorted out sooner. Because like I said, I was half thinking, should I bother this year? Should I try and do anything Christmassy? And I think I was putting things off for a long time. I didn't have any motivation to do it. That was it. I was sort of lacking in motivation. So right at the last minute, it was sort of okay, let's go out and get this and buy that. So yeah, next year, if I'm in Japan, I will put a bit more effort into it, because like I said, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. So that's good. But yes, overall, a very different experience. Anyway, I hope that if you celebrate Christmas or you've had some time off over the Christmas period, that you had a lovely time. And if you've had a break from studying, like I did over the Christmas period, then I hope that you've got back into a good study routine, which I'm slowly getting back into, easing myself into after a nice long Christmas break. Okay, until next time, bye-bye.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite show? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Download the Amazon Music app or visit amazon.com/ad-free sports. That's amazon.com/ad-free sports to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime members. Some shows may have ads.
Have you ever Googled your own name? Prepare for a shock because your personal info, including addresses and phone numbers, is all out there. It's all harvested by data brokers and sold legally. Aura is a personal digital security service that scans the internet for your sensitive information and provides a full suite of privacy-enhancing tools. For a limited time, Aura is offering listeners a 14-day free trial at aura.com/safety. That's AURA.com/safety to learn more and activate the 14-day trial period.
Tired of ads crashing your comedy podcast party? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Just head to amazon.com/ad-free comedy to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime subscribers. Some shows may have ads.